It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and there's no love lost between these AFC West foes. It's the Raiders and the Broncos, and it's coming up next.
In a few months' time, snow will blanket the Great Peaks just to our west, but for now, summer still in full swing at Empower Field at Mile High. Coming up, we've got a good one here in the AFC, as it'll be the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Denver Broncos. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, the wait is over. The regular season is upon us. It is kickoff weekend around the NFL. Our two teams here getting in a final tune-up, but let's look ahead to the 2023 season. What are you going to be watching for?
How about some of the recognizable new faces in new places? Aaron Rodgers, Derek Carr, Odell Beckham Jr. The identity of teams under new coaches in places like Houston, Carolina, and Denver. And then, of course, the rookies. After the draft, we want to see how they perform.
And off we go from Denver. This fielded right at the goal line. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Raiders offense heading out with their new man under center for 2023, the former Patriot, former 49er, Jimmy Garoppolo.
It's another typical season for Jimmy G last year. When he was out there, he was excellent, leading the 49ers to 7 wins and throwing 4 times as many touchdowns as interceptions. Then the injury bug bit again. But Las Vegas, they're counting on him being able to do the exact same thing they saw in San Francisco, but avoiding injury while doing so.
Jimmy going to look to throw it on the first play. And his first look is incomplete.
But when you're going up against a talented receiver like that, you just know that they're going to bring more people to him, right? They're going to double cover him every chance they get.
I think that is what we're going to see all game long. An early taste of that double, maybe even sometimes triple coverage we might see.
Yeah, I think what they're counting on, his talent to sometimes beat that double coverage.
Now the NFL's leading rusher a season ago, Josh Jacobs. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. To throw is Garoppolo. He's got his target. That's complete. Down the left sideline. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Davante Adams, 65 yards. And the Raiders need just 3 plays to go down and take the early lead. Well, Charles, here in their opening series, they said they had certain plays scripted for certain players. That looked like a well-designed play to get one of their top targets involved.
Yeah, let's face it, Brandon. A player of his talent is a problem for any opponent to defend, and we saw it right there. They tried to deny an open lane to him. He still outplayed the coverage and scored the early touchdown. Good luck trying to figure out how to defend him as this game moves on.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Well, the Broncos offense gets set to go to work, and at the helm in his 2nd season wearing orange and blue, Russell Wilson.
And I think that even after a decade in the NFL, he doesn't get enough credit. for not just his consistency, but his brilliant play and leadership as well. He's won a Super Bowl in Seattle. He's led his team to another Super Bowl opportunity also in Seattle. His numbers are always terrific, almost always in the Pro Bowl, and all his team does is win. This guy's a natural leader.
On first down, Wilson. And incomplete, he dropped it. Maybe a rookie mistake there, second down. Well, that's not the way you want to start. A first pass attempt and a first drop all in one.
Well, you've got plenty of time to make up for it, but obviously not the way you want to get things started. Got to shake that off and get going.
Here's 2nd and 10. A man who was lost for the year in Week 4 last season. Here's Javonte Williams. And he'll get about 3 up past the 25. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football. Here's 3rd and 7. As they've got it as we resume action. On 3rd down, Wilson. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
On 4th down, it's Riley Dixon on now to kick it away for Denver. DeAndre Carter back deep. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. Fielded at about the 28. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Raider offense going to head out now late in this first half. And they may be content to take this 7-0 lead into the locker room. We'll see.
This is where you step up. Let's play, baby. Let's play now.
A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Good defensive call right there because they had someone shadowing him along his entire route, and he was right there ready to provide a hit that prevents him from making another catch to his big start.
Now a 2nd and 10. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. That's going to be caught. It's Jacoby Myers. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. On first down, Garoppolo. And his throw here's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. 2nd and 10. Garoppolo. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Looked like both sides were anticipating a quick throw there, and the defense was ready to jump in and deny it, and they did.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. That is caught. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. There's Garoppolo to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Garoppolo. That's complete into the hands of Myers. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. Carlson able to put this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. So a big play before the end of the half to get them into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, back to you guys in just a moment, but welcome everyone to our Creative Village studios in the EA Sports Halftime Report. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, and we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side can play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Nothing is our score as we get started again on EA Sports. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half. Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And taken down just shy of the 40.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Ball on the 39. Here's second down and 7. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's a second and 7. Throwing now is Wilson. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. And right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? I mean, you'll give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down. Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
We got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Five points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Down to a knee goes Garoppolo, and that ought to do it.
Brandon, I can just tell you from experience, there's nothing like pitching a shutout on defense, but even more so when it's a tight game. I mean, when every defensive play is crucial and you don't give up any points, boy, they're going to feel awfully good about themselves after this one.
Yeah, exactly. The offense wasn't humming, but, hey, all they needed was you can't score 1 point. All they needed was 2 points. Well, you can't score 2 points on offense. All they needed was at least 3. They got what they needed.
They got what they needed. Exactly right.
So this one a victory for the Las Vegas Raiders. And they did it in shutout fashion. Impressive.
Would it be too bland of a statement to say they didn't have the greatest day offensively? I mean,
did enough, though. Did enough. But, yeah, you're right.
Most games, it wouldn't have been enough. So they've got to go